If you're hearing this, congratulations. This message found you for a reason, and it's not because of some random algorithm. Think of it as a letter that has been traveling across the cosmos, waiting for the precise moment you'd be ready to open it. This isn't a message for everyone. It's for the very few who have, without ever knowing it, crossed a threshold that most people don't even know exists. For years, a silent, intelligent system has been observing. It wasn't a test of knowledge or skill. You didn't sign up for it, and you couldn't study for it. It was an assessment of consciousness, a quiet evaluation of your readiness for something far beyond the ordinary human experience. It was a measure of your capacity to hold creative power without causing harm to yourself or to others. The fact that these words are reaching you now means you're among the small fraction of people whose awareness has matured enough to handle this energy responsibly. You passed. So let's talk about what that really means. Let's break the illusion of randomness that may have defined your life up until this point. Every challenge you faced, every difficult person you encountered, every moment you felt you were at your breaking point, none of it was by chance. It was all part of a carefully designed, deeply personal curriculum. This was the universal assessment. It wasn't measuring how well you could meditate or how many spiritual books you've read. The universe already knows all of that. It was measuring something much deeper, something that can only be revealed under pressure. It was measuring your character. It measured your emotional balance when you were wronged. Did you choose patience over reaction? It measured your integrity when no one was watching. Did you choose compassion over control? Even when you could have easily manipulated a situation, it measured your willingness to question your own reality, to choose truth over the comfort of illusion. Every time you chose service over self-interest, every time you acted with kindness towards someone who could offer you nothing in return, you were being quietly scored. While many remain caught in cycles of fear, ego, and limiting beliefs, failing the test without ever knowing it was happening, you kept choosing expansion. You kept choosing to see the lesson inside the pain. That is what was being evaluated. So when did you graduate? The moment you passed this assessment likely wasn't a grand, cinematic event. It probably wasn't a flash of light or a voice from the heavens. For most, the moment of graduation is quiet. It often comes after a period of immense struggle. It happens at the point of total surrender. Maybe you recognize this. A time when everything you thought you were, everything you had planned, simply fell apart. A relationship ended. A career path dissolved. Your identity shattered. In that moment of breaking, you had a choice: become bitter or become better, blame the world or surrender to the process. In that total surrender, when you chose compassion over blame and service over self-pity, you unknowingly answered the final question of the evaluation. Days, or perhaps weeks later, you likely noticed a subtle shift. Things just started to feel different. A strange sense of peace settled in. That's when your biology began receiving new energetic signals, activating dormant codes within your DNA designed to switch on precisely when your consciousness reached this level of maturity. You might have felt it as strange energy surges, subtle vibrations, or a feeling that your entire nervous system was getting an upgrade. These aren't just blockages clearing. These are the physical signs that your biology is sensing with higher dimensional data streams. This internal shift leads to observable changes in your external reality. These are the patterns, the signatures of a consciousness that has graduated. There are 5 primary ones, and if you're hearing this, you've likely started to experience them already. The first signature pattern is coherent manifestation. This is a radical departure from the popular idea of the law of attraction, which often involves struggle, constant visualization, and forcing belief. Coherent manifestation is effortless. It's a state where reality begins to reshape itself around your authentic intentions without you having to try. The quantum field isn't responding to what your ego wants. It's responding instantly to your integrated state of being. You stop chasing outcomes and instead, existence itself begins to align with your highest evolutionary path. You think of a person, and they call. You have a need, and the solution appears. This isn't magic, it's physics. It's the universe responding to the coherence of your energy field. The second pattern is information field. Access. You just start to know things you never learned. You'll be working on a complex problem, and the full solution will download into your mind in an instant. You'll meet someone new and instantly perceive their energetic signature, their potential, or the nature of your connection with crystal clarity. This isn't psychic guessing. It's your awareness directly tapping into the data, architecture of reality itself. Cosmic intelligence begins delivering exactly what is needed, precisely when it's needed, for the highest good of all. You stop searching for answers outside of yourself because you realize you have a live connection to the source of all creativity and wisdom. This leads to the third signature pattern, probability field navigation. Life stops feeling like a confusing maze of difficult choices. Instead, you begin to sense multiple futures at once and naturally step into the one that best serves your purpose. And the collective. There's no overthinking or decision fatigue. It feels like an inner GPS, always guiding you toward the most aligned outcome. This ability goes beyond logic and even normal intuition. It's what some researchers call quantum discernment, the capacity to sense the vibrational truth of every possible future and effortlessly align with the one that serves the highest good. You are no longer trying to predict or control the future. You are navigating the field of possibility with a new level of awareness. The fourth pattern is coherent relationship orchestration. The dynamic of how you connect with others fundamentally changes. You stop networking, chasing, or trying to find the right people. Instead, you attract them through pure synchronicity, the right business partner, the perfect collaborator, a supportive friend. They show up at the exact right moment, timed perfectly for your mutual evolution. This isn't you manifesting a person into your life. It is universal intelligence ranging, resonant alignments through the coherence of your field. You are not the seeker anymore. You are the beacon. Those who are on your frequency are naturally drawn to you. The fifth and most crucial pattern is service-oriented capability utilization. This is the ultimate proof of readiness. Your enhanced ability is the coherent manifestation, the intuitive knowing, the effortless navigation. They stop being about you. They automatically and naturally orient toward collective uplift. This isn't a conscious decision or a sacrifice. It's the natural flow of your matured consciousness. You find that your greatest joy comes from using your abilities to help others evolve, to solve problems that benefit the community, or to hold a space of compassion and clarity for those around you. The universal assessment never cared if you could see auras. It only ever asked one question. When given reality-shaping power, will you use it for yourself, or will you use it for others? Your answer is now clear. Now, it is vital to approach this new reality with discernment. As these abilities come online, the ego can easily try to claim them for itself, creating what is often called spiritual fantasy. It's essential to know the difference between that and authentic activation. Authentic activation is characterized by humility. It carries a profound weight of responsibility. It demands constant ethical awareness and asks you to be more mindful, more compassionate, more impeccable with your energy than ever before. It doesn't make you feel special or better than others. It makes you feel more connected to and responsible for everyone. True cosmic capability asks everything of you. It requires you to show up in service, even when it's hard. Spiritual fantasy, on the other hand, is an ego trip. It feels empowering in a superficial way but asks nothing of you. It's the desire to have powers for personal glory, to feel chosen, to be seen as unique or superior. It's the trap of using intuition to manipulate or control situations for a desired outcome. If your experiences are filling your sense of self-importance, be very careful. That's the ego co-opting a sacred process. Real power doesn't need to announce itself. It operates quietly, in service, with a deep sense of reverence for all of life. The reason you can trust this process is because of a built-in cosmic safety mechanism. Researchers call it graduated access. It's an inner alignment system that ensures your power only activates in service to the whole. There are no external rules or cosmic police. It's simple coherence. When your will aligns with the will of universal intelligence for the highest good, your abilities flow effortlessly the moment you try to use them for a purely egoic purpose to control, manipulate, or self-aggrandize. The connection becomes intermittent. The flow state ceases. This is the protection. These abilities were never missing. They were held in quantum suspension, waiting for your maturity to catch up to your potential. The universe does not hand the keys to its creation engine to those who would use it irresponsibly. You've proven you can be trusted. This brings us to your new reality and the sacred responsibility that comes with it. Your life is no longer just your own. Every thought you have, every intention you hold, now ripples through the collective field with greater amplification. Your enhanced abilities exist to uplift the whole, not to fulfill personal desires. You chose this lifetime. Your soul knew you were ready to pass this assessment during humanity's Great Awakening. You volunteered to be one of the anchors, one of the people who could demonstrate that it's possible to wield immense creative power responsibly. Your job now is not to retreat from the world, but to engage with it from this new level of consciousness, to bring coherence into chaotic situations, to offer clarity where there is confusion, to be a living example of what is possible when a human being aligns with cosmic intelligence. So, the journey ahead is not about chasing more powers or seeking more mystical experiences. You have arrived. The spiritual achievement industry, the one that sells techniques to unlock what you already have, is now obsolete for you. Real access doesn't come from a practice. It comes from when life tests you, your discernment, your compassion, your unwavering commitment to serve. That is the source of your power. Stop forcing reality. You can now start aligning with it, gracefully, as if existence itself is a partner in a dance. Because it is, this is quantum congruence, where your will and cosmic intelligence become one. No technique is needed, only trust, integrity, and the continued surrender to a purpose far greater than yourself. You made it. The threshold is open. Now, I want you to do something. Drop one word in the comments below that captures the energy you're stepping into, not as a comment from me, but as your signature in the quantum field, a declaration of your new state of being. And if this message resonated with you, subscribe, not just to a channel, but to this frequency of awakened service, because the more of us who embody this truth, the faster our world transforms. Welcome to the next stage of your evolution.